Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
So we studied about the graphs. Now next, what are the different physical quantities we have studied? We have also studied about acceleration, isn't it? Acceleration means what? Acceleration means what? Acceleration is nothing but change in velocity, right? So we are going to write down it as delta v by delta t. Delta means, don't confuse, delta means for all it is a difference between two quantities, that is a notation. So when is delta comes, how it delta comes, those who are in first years, they are going to ask this question. Those who are in second years, that does not matter about for that delta v and all, they just know delta v by delta t, no? Okay, no, that's why that will be the confusions some having, that's why I am saying. Okay, so if you take limit of delta v by delta t tends to 0, becomes instantaneous acceleration. So dv by dt we are going to write down. This is nothing but the part of differentiation. No? Hope all of you know the differentiation. So velocity also delta x by delta t, difference in the time and difference in the displacement and difference in the time. Okay, so if you take the limit also, limit delta t tends to 0 for delta x by delta t, which is equal to dv by dt. Okay, which is equal to dv by dt. So what is that dv by dt is? dv by dt is nothing but rate of change of velocity. Again it is differentiation. Okay, here is not dx, here it is dv, it is dx. v is equal to dx by dt. Okay, so any of the now what I said, see graph I am going to write down x and t. I am going to write down the straight graph. So what is this graph? Y and x axis you have, and this kind of graph you are going to get in mathematics. What you are going to write down? Y is equal to x you are going to write down. No, see, you don't have this graph now. Y is equal to x they have given. So y is equal to x 0 1 2 3. What you will write 0 1 2 3 and you will draw the graph in this way. So that becomes y is equal to x. Now I have a graph like this, x and t. Can I write down this as x is equal to t? Now no need to write down this graph. If I write down x is equal to t means that is a uniform motion, right? Now no need to write down all those graphs. If you write down the equation, it is sufficient, right? And that is what the case is, which is we are going to find out, no? Which made our work is very easy. Everything will be represented in the term of equations. Now everything became easy. Now the motion in a straight line, what we have started with respect to path length, which is everything which can be given in terms of equations, right? Yes. Now this is a simple equation. Now object may not be in this way, no, it may be like this, it may be in this way. So x is equal to t, it may be any way, no. For that different graphs equation you can write down, no. Now say for example x is equal to depends on t square plus 3t I am going to give. Now I am going to ask you to find out the velocity. How you are going to find out? We know that velocity is equal to dx by dt, no. At the place of dx what you have to write down? T square plus 3t, and you have to differentiate it. dt square by dt plus d of 3t by dt, which is equal to 2t plus 3 into 1, that becomes velocity. There is a differentiation. We have understood, we got that. No, that is the thing. So this is what instantaneous. Instantaneous means that particular instant. So how in detail I can say for example this object point is there here. Okay, now athlete will run from here to here. Okay, Now at this instant he is crossing that velocity I want. Slowly he was fastly running, and this instant that become instantaneous. Can you calculate? Is there any device to calculate that particular at that instant to find out? If you have a motorbike, you can take the image and that velocity you can find out. No, for the speedometer, speed you can find out. In the same direction means the speed becomes velocity. Otherwise, that's why what we will do, from here to here total velocity we are going to calculate, and we are going to write down the graph. From 0 to, say for example, 10 seconds he has taken to cover this 100 meters. So for the 10 seconds we are going to write down, because increased, we want that this time, what was the time when he was reaching here, say for example 7.5 seconds. So 7.5 seconds somewhere comes here. When this graph reaches here, this becomes the distance it traveled. So we can take the slope here and we can find out the velocity. Simple thing. So that's why graph we have drawn. Now graph is also not much necessary, because everything we can write down in terms of equations. That is the beauty. By studying all those things, we have turned all the terms in terms of equations. All the terms in terms of equations, right? Okay. So now next, what else? By equation, by knowing that, we can find out everything. So that was acceleration. Now again, acceleration graph you can write down. You have acceleration graph and acceleration time graph. So what you are going to get in terms of acceleration time graph? So if you graph, you are going to get like this, means the change in velocity can be given by the area of AT graph. The area of AT graph, which can be given by change in velocity. That is the way. Okay, that is the thing. That is change in velocity. So area of the acceleration time graph gives you change in velocity. This is what. Later what we have discussed. So see, I will tell you in the chapter of motion in a straight line, all the NCERT if you consider means the graphs, the average velocity displacement, those things questions, and after that free fall. Very very important case is free fall and retardation case. So anyway they are going to ask you those two questions. Most of the cases free fall. Okay, free fall means what? That we are going to study. Before that we are going to talk about kinematic equations. We have derived some equations, right? And three equations we have got: x, v and v square. So always x is the displacement, v is the final velocity, v naught is the initial velocity. Now x is equal to v naught into t plus of at square, v is equal to v naught plus at, and v square which is equal to v naught square plus 2ax. These three equations we have got, isn't it? Isn't it? The three equations we have got. Now see, all the physical quantities are connected here. If you know any two of the quantities, you can find out anything else, other things. Everything you can find out. No, that is the thing. Everything you can find out. That is the beauty of these equations. Now if initial velocity is 0 means this is going to reduce to x is equal to half at square. See, this equation is simple. Acceleration which is equal to v minus v naught divided by t, change in velocity with respect to time. So from that this equation came, and this is little extended version of that, right? These are the thing. Again, what is the dimension formula for acceleration? That I forgot to write. What is that? Acceleration is equal to velocity by time. What is the dimension formula for velocity? This one we have written, divided by time. Every time you have to write down in square bracket only, LT minus 2. And m sometime is there, m 0. Okay, m 0. M if you write down means m is 0. That is must. M 0 LT minus 2. Like that. So say for example in some books it is refer only LT minus 1, and some books it is refer m naught LT minus 1. How sir it is? It is m naught. Okay, both the ways are correct. We have to in the square bracket you have to draw. Okay, so these are the simple topics. You can, any question may come from this, you definitely can solve it. Okay, so concentrate, because so easy and so beautiful concepts are present in this chapter. Any of the problem you can solve. The thing is, you must, it is not like that taken to be granted. I can solve, I know the synopsis, I know the formulas, means no, it is not like that. You should know, have the practice, okay, of solving the problems, numerical sums from the numerical sums, as well as the sum of the competitive exam questions from the motion in a straight line chapter. Lot of material is available. Go for NCERT. NCERT is the best one. Each and every word of the NCERT has its own meaning, got its own meaning. So that you have to understand first. So once you may not get, twice you may not get, thrice. Okay, practice makes you perfect. So more and more questions you solve, more and more strong you are going to become. So my suggestion in every time, every classes I am going to tell you that always start the solving questions and have a target. Per day this much of questions from this topic, per day this much of questions from this chapter. Okay, orderly study, definitely you will get the confidence. Whatever the time you are available till to the examination, divide it. Okay, or some target, this much day I have to finish the portion, means divide it and this much of questions. Okay, that is what you can get. Now we have upward motion, that is nothing but free fall. Now I am going to talk about just upward and downward motion. Later we will come to the free fall case in detail. Now this is a height of the building H. So this is x is equal to 0 meters. No, x is equal to 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter, 4 meter, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 H. No? Now you are somewhere here. You are going to throw the, you are going to drop the stone. See, dropping and throwing is different. Dropping means just leaving. The velocity is 0, inch velocity. Throwing means some inch velocity you have given. Now we have most useful equations are this. V is equal to V naught plus AT and x is equal to V naught t plus half AT square in the case of this. Okay, in the case of this. Now what is going to happen? See, this I am going to write down. Okay, the easiest way. One is upward motion. Velocity is there, displacement is there, and acceleration is there. Velocity is there, displacement is there, acceleration is there. Now we have to take the convention because this is 0. We know that one side motion is positive, another side motion is negative. Now in some books upward is positive, downward is negative, all those things are there. So any of the you can take. I will tell you one method. You follow, that's it. Or else some other book. But half of the my method, half of the other methods, don't follow that. That will be the wrong thing. Okay. One perfect method you follow. Okay. Like that. That is what always I am going to tell. One standard material you follow. Don't have multiple of books. It is not going to use you. It may give you that satisfaction. I have this much of collection of books. That satisfaction not going to take you to the point where you wanted. The perfection in one book makes you perfect and takes you where you wanted to go. Okay. So if you didn't find answers in that book which you have taken as a standard, then go for other books. Like that it is. Now what we were talking here, see, unknown quantity is there. It may be V, you have to find out. It may be X, you have to find out. It may be A, you have to find out. It doesn't matter for us. Now say for example, the known quantities are there. Upward motion means always velocity you have to put it as positive. 20 meter per second means plus 20 meter per second. This is only for upward and downward motion. Upward motion means this is positive displacement, but this is negative and this is 9.8, that is minus g. Downward motion means if you velocity you know that you have to put it as negative. Okay. Displacement if you know means that you have to put it as negative. If you don't know means no, don't apply anything, just keep it that letter, that's all. A is always you have to keep it as minus g. Now suppose you have to find out the displacement. Now object I have put down, okay, you have to find out the displacement. Now displacement you have to find out, you are going to get V naught t minus half gt square. So g you have to put minus, you send, and minus, so velocity is not given, I have dropped, so it is 0. Okay, now you have to put minus here, no, put down, no, because I am going to take x, I don't know whether it is positive, negative, that is what I am finding. So unknown is there means don't put any sign. What are the known factors are there, put the sign and substitute, simple, that's all. Got? Now suppose final velocity you have to find out, that is equal to V is equal to V naught plus AT. Definitely minus has to come, no? Yeah, because that is what expected, downward is negative. Now initial velocity is not there, final velocity you have to find out when this object is reaches to the ground. Okay, means you this much is 0, minus you have to put, and GT you have to put. Now V you have to find out, since it is downward, is it like you have to put the signature minus? No, because V you don't know. V you don't know, right? Okay, like that it is. This is what the case. So unknown, keep it like this only. Known factors, what are there, put the signature and down. This is important, this. Now what happens is when you throw the object in air. So now this is a floor. So here, from here it is throwing, goes up and come back. It goes up, 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 velocity decreases, 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 becomes 0 and increases, 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 increases. Now there is a question, why both we have to take it as negative? You are asking, no? Yes. See, I will give you the clarification. Velocity with respect to time. Upward motion means what happens? You are thrown with some velocity, means 20 meter per second initial velocity was there. As the time goes, velocity decreases, 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 decreases. As the time goes, velocity becomes 0. Now what is the acceleration? Acceleration is nothing but slope. See, this kind of slope is you are going to get it as positive slope. For this line you are going to take it as negative slope. Now tell me, for the upward motion it is not, it is acceleration, right? Don't you think it is g and it is minus? Yes, because negative slope. Now how downward motion is negative? Okay, we agree that upward motion minus is negative. Oh, okay, we will put and apply. How downward? Downward motion is velocity itself is negative, displacement itself is negative. The position time graph for the downward motion, how you are going to write down? From here it is started, no? From minus x it is started, no? Okay, minus it is started, no? This is 0, or I can say, so position time graph, I can say it is 80 meters it is started, means 7 meters, no, it was 7 meters it is started, means like this, no? The velocity itself is negative, no? Negatively increasing, no? Now negatively increasing means acceleration must be negatively increasing velocity. It started from here, from 0, okay, now goes upward, becomes 0 and increases, increases, increases. Now it was here and increases, velocity is increases, velocity was 0 and increases, increases, increases. Now velocity 0 means here acceleration is also minus g, no? Both are negative itself, okay? So this is the case. Now what are the things here? The time taken to reach to the maximum height, which is called time of ascent, and time to reach to the time of descent. Time taken to reach back. So total time is how much? Time of ascent plus time of descent. Like that. Now see, you have thrown this object, decreases, say V1, decreases, becomes say V2, decreases, becomes say V3, and becomes V is equal to 0. Now again at the same height, increases, the same value it is going to take, dear students. V3, V2, V1. Okay, and when it is reached to the same height, it will take the same value which is given to that. Okay, this is the case. Now they will tell you in a 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and 5 seconds reaches to the top. In the last 1 second, the velocity going to become 0. Means 4 to 5 it is going to become 0. Means 5 to 6 also becomes same. This is a known factor. When I am going to do the problems, you will understand this. They will give only this data. You can assume this data also, and which is right. Okay, these are all again we are going to discuss in the case of free fall in detail, and we will do some problems also. Okay, these are all things you should know, that is time of ascent, descent and out, because kinematic equation application is very important, one thing, and free fall is very important in this chapter. Okay, this is the thing. Now there are the two differences for nth second and nth second. Okay, that we are going to talk in the next classes. Okay, thank you very much for being with us in today's class. I am going to suggest you once again, go through all the topics, go through the questions, it is very important. Okay, and practice more and more questions. We were talking about the competitive exam classes, and in that motion in a straight line we were discussing, and we have already discussed about the object like maybe free fall or some of the kinematic equations. Not in detail we have studied free fall, some of the kinematic equations and other graphs we have studied. So now I am going to tell you about the object moving in a nth second and n seconds. So what do you mean by nth second and what do you mean by n seconds? That is the difference I am going to tell you, and what type of questions they may come like that. So let me explain first what is n second and nth second means. Basically this n second and nth second comes in the case of object which is thrown and coming back. Okay. So now suppose a building is there, now object you have thrown, it goes back and comes back. Okay. Now say for example we are not going to take it is thrown, now I am going to take it is dropped somewhere. Okay, like this. Object is dropped. Okay, in this way object is dropped, that is the thing. Now while dropping you are going to start the clock. It will reach us here by 1 second, it will reach us here by 2 seconds, it will reach us here by 3 seconds, and will reach us somewhere here by 4 seconds. Now this is less distance, more and more. No? 1 second means what? Now stop clock is there, right? So as soon as you will start 0, 0, 100 it becomes, 99 becomes 100, 1 second becomes. Again there are 100 digits here is going to run fast, so 2 it becomes, next 3 it becomes 4. Now if it is 0 means it is 0th second. When you can say it is 1 second done, 1 second is nothing but till as to 1 has to come, till that it is the first second. No, later after 2 second till 3 comes, no, that is this 2 seconds. No, after coming 3 it becomes 3 seconds, like that. No, so like that it is 3 seconds. But what is that nth second? Nth second means in the 3rd second. See, 1 second is done, 2 second is done, 3 second is done, 4 second done. In the stop clock, after 1 to come 2, in that there is certain time limit. Immediately it comes, but there is a time limit is 100 divisions. No, and that becomes the first second, means nth second. and in the second second, that the third second. After coming of 3 in this top clock, we will call it as a third second. After coming of till 4, it becomes that is a third second. Means in that 100 divisions is occur, no, quickly turns it is in the stop clock, till that this object has reached to this much of thing. Now what happens? Certain height you are going to go, very height building, okay, and now you're going to throw the object, means first little less, that is first second. This is the first second. First is 2, in the stop clock 1 comes. After 1 to 2, to become it is 2, there is certain time gap it will take. That is the first second. In that time gap it has travelled this much. Now you will see 2 in your stop clock. Then again the number, next number is third has to come. To come that third, 100 divisions has to run here. In that it has to travel this much. After 3 it has to come 4. To come 4 there are 100 divisions, again it is running. In that it has moved like this. So in that time interval there is no particular time interval, that is second second, third second, fourth second, fifth second, that we are going to write down. Now generally n seconds means the formula, the distance travelled in n second is nothing but x is equal to v naught t plus half at square. Now what we are going to modify it as x is equal to, since initial velocity is 0, I am going to take initial velocity is equal to 0. So in a n seconds, half, since it is free fall means or downward means g I can write down, it is n square. It becomes like that. Okay. So for the x to first second, now it becomes half into g into 1 square, which is equal to g by 2. Next second what happens? Half into g into 2 square, which is equal to 4 times g by 2. G by 2 means what? x1. I can write down 4 times x1. Next x3 means what? Half into g into 3 whole square, that is nothing but 9 times g by 2, that is nothing but 9 times x1, and so on. So in n seconds what happens? Now the same building is there, you will calculate the distance for 1 second, that is g by 2, and you will calculate the distance for 2 seconds, that is total how much? Nth second will come later, that is total how much? This is 1 second, that is g by 2. For the 2 seconds, that is 4 times g by 2, 4 times x1, so this is x1. For the 3 seconds how much? It is 9 times x1 total. For the 4th second how much? It is 16 times x1. So I can write down the ratio of x1 is to x2 is to x3 is to, I will erase this, how much you are going to get, and so on, which is equal to 1 is to 4 is to 9 is to 16 is to, like that. No? In that way. Okay. This is the thing. Okay. Next, for the nth second means what? For the nth second, for the nth second means that, I'll erase this. Okay. Now again it's the same building I am going to consider, the height building. Now you are going to drop 0 to 1, first second it becomes, okay, that is 0th second and first second. First second is some distance. For that formula is nth second, which is equal to the distance travelled in n seconds is the earlier formula. Distance travelled in the nth second is nothing but v naught into t plus 2n minus 1 divided by g or a by 2. Okay. So that is the thing. That is a by 2 to n minus 1. If v is 0 means s nth second, which is equal to a into 2n minus 1 divided by 2. Since it is freely or falling the downward case, we are going to write down g. And now question is minus, I didn't put, no, there is minus itself, there is understood, okay. So each and every time I am not going to write down here, for the particular problem I am going to tell you that is minus and all. Okay, now it is downward means it is understood. Now the first second means says is this much, first second, that is how much, s1 which is equal to g into 2 into n means 1, that is nothing but 2 minus 1, that is 1, which is equal to s1. s2 means g by 2, which is equal to 2 2s are 4 minus 1 is 3, that is 3 times s1. Now it is how much, s3 which is equal to g by 2 into how much, 3 into 2 is 6 minus 1 is 5, 5 is equal to 5 into s1, like that. So it is 7 s1, 9 s1, like that. Now the first second means it is s1. Now the more, no, this becomes 3 times that of s1. Next second is this much, that is 5 times of s1. Next second is this much, that is 7 times of s1. But earlier for nth, this is nth, n second means 1, 2, 3, no, like the total. Nth second means particular second, n second means the total second, that is the conclusion I can say. So this formula is important, you have to remember. Snth, Sn, okay, 1 is to 3 is to 5 and 1 is to 6 is to 9, like that. So they are going to ask you those things, okay, they are going to ask you those things in different problems, formulas they are going to ask. That we have to remember, that's all. Remember means you have to understand the concept, need not you have to write down this diagram and all, just you have to understand those formulas, okay, that is sufficient for you. Now suppose there is a thing that let a body travels at a distance of sm in mth second and sn in nth second. See, sm in mth second and sn in nth second. Now what is that? What is the relation for that? The total acceleration I can see, I can write down, no, sm which is equal to a by 2 into 2m minus 1. Sn I can write down a by 2 divided by 2n minus 1. No, now acceleration will be displacement by time, right? So what is that time? Sm minus Sn divided by m minus n. No, if m is the first time, Sn will be more, no, in the second less, it is third second more, negative it will come, okay. M is the first second if you are going to put and n is the second you are going to put. That is what a you can find out that way also. By knowing this is known, this is known, you can find out the distance between them. Now what they will ask, object is thrown, it has travelled some distance in mth second and it has travelled some distance in nth second. What is the difference between that distances, or what is the total distance it has travelled, or this much it will travel. Say for example 2 meters it will travel, like that they will ask. In 5 seconds it has travelled 2 meter, in the later second it has travelled x distance. What is that distance? In 10th second it has travelled nth distance, what is the distance they will ask? So x you have to find out, like that. So such questions they are going to ask, you have to know about that, okay, you should know about that. This is about the thing, okay. Now suppose a body moving with the uniform acceleration crosses a point x with velocity u and a point y with the velocity of v. There is a problem or one kind of statement, then it crosses the midpoint x, okay, midpoint x and y with the velocity of. So what is that? I hope you are listening. See, now 2 points are there, say it is x, say it is y. So 2 points a body is crossing with the velocity u. Okay, a body is crossing with the velocity v. That is x and y. So this is the distance and this is the midpoint. Since it is accelerated, now you have to find out what is the velocity here, or what is the velocity here, that you have to find out. Say for example, v1 is the velocity. We know that a is equal to v square minus v square divided by 2s, isn't it? And okay, isn't it? Initial minus final, how I can write down the equation? So this is final, this is initial for this case. This is final, this is initial for first case. Now v1 square minus u square, which is equal to 2a, yes, isn't it? 2a, yes. Okay, 2as. Next one is initial is v1, that is final is v square minus initial is v1 square. For this case, this is separate case, this is separate case, the single case is divided, which is equal to 2as again no. From this you can make out that v1 square, which is equal to square root of v square plus u square divided by 2. So this formula, if you write down these things also you can make out, and directly formula also you have to, you can make out in the case of problem. So generally directly we are going to write down, if you are fast means we are going to write down this and we are going to solve it, and if you are having sharp memory means you are going to listen, remember this. Now choice is yours. You practice it, you will get to know about that, such kind of problems. Okay, this is one type of formula, I can say, or the concept. Okay, this is about the some of the topics. Okay, now out of equations, kinematic equations, we have studied that v square, which is equal to v naught square plus 2ax. This is one of the important equation, and here what we are doing is, always we are going to talk about retardation. Means, see, an object which is having initial velocity v naught. Now it travels, velocity becomes decreases, and velocity becomes, final velocity becomes 0. Some of you have written initial velocity as u and final velocity as v. Okay, but always according to the NCERT we are going to write down it is v naught and it is v. Okay, let it be, that is any of the notation you can use. Now what happens is, it is going to decrease. Decrease means, decreasing the velocity means also some acceleration is there, increase the velocity means also some acceleration is there. Now decreasing means what? It is going to become 0. So see, from this equation, final velocity is 0, initial velocity is this much plus 2ax, then you can write down minus v naught square divided by 2x, which is equal to a. That is nothing but retardation, no? And here we are going to talk about the stopping distance, okay, and some other things. So now a car is there, okay, now here brakes are applied, but it will move certain distance x, and its initial velocity becomes 0 at final. So initial velocity was v, at final velocity becomes 0. Now acceleration, which is equal to how much? That is nothing but minus v naught square divided by 2x. So this is x is the distance. Now acceleration or retardation, so negative acceleration is directly proportional to v naught square, directly proportional to v naught square. The retardation, see, negative acceleration means this is retardation. So most of the cases problems, if you write down acceleration is equal to minus a, means the meaning itself is retardation. And now if you write down retardation, you have to write down just a. So for example, you are going to get minus is minus 2 meter per second square. Now if you write down retardation minus 2 meter per second square, means it is wrong. Retardation itself is negative, the meaning is. So 2 meter per second square you have to write down. This will come for 5 marks sometimes, okay, means this kind of concept. Because this will come as a concept in the question, no? Retardation means itself you have to put negative, they won't give negative. And then you will do right hand side, left hand side, if you substitute mean you may get any different value. Okay, retardation itself is negative, negative sign you have to apply if they have given retardation means. That is the thing. Now this is one case. Now say for example a wooden plank is there. Okay, say for example a wooden plank is there. Like this. Okay. Now what happens? There is one case that, okay, a bullet is fired, loses its velocity 1 by nth of its velocity. Okay. Bullet 1 by nth of its velocity. Once it is travelled in this, it loses 1 by nth of its velocity. Means initially it was having u velocity. After travelling this, that bullet while coming out, it becomes 1 by nth of the initial velocity. Means what is the remaining velocity? Okay, the remaining velocity, remaining is u, it was there. Now reduced. It reduces, okay, 1 by nth of the initial velocity means 1 by nth is reduces, 1 by nth is reduces. Now the remaining velocity is u minus u by n. No, that is the remaining velocity after each plank, after one plank, that is u minus u by n. It will travel and final velocity becomes 0. How many planks are needed to stop? How many planks are needed to stop? How many planks are needed to stop? Okay, that you have to find out, no? That you have to find out. So how many planks are needed now? The planks are needed. Okay. So what are the things I can write down for the first case? Initial velocity, final velocity, 2ax. Say for example, x is the distance it has travelled. No, x is the distance it will travel, and x distance is the length of that plank. Now final is u minus u by n whole square minus initial is u square, which is equal to 2ax. That is the first case. At last what happened? At last what happens? Okay, here one plank, 2 into 1 times plank. Last what happens? Final velocity becomes 0 at last. It is for first plank. At last what happened? Final velocity becomes 0. Initial velocity what it was? U square. Okay, it was u square. How many? Initial velocity was u. How many planks it has travelled? Okay, which is equal to 2 times n. Okay, n times 2ax. X means single plank. So see, I can't put n here, no, because 1 by nth velocity that is given, no. So m number of planks, okay, m number of planks are needed. This is equation 2. So totally what we are going to get? M number of planks are necessary to stop if the velocity is lost by that 1 of nth, u by nth of its initial velocity. U by nth of its initial velocity. Remember, u by nth of its initial velocity. Now if suppose it is not like that, the velocity is reduced to 1 by n of its initial velocity. 1 by nth of its initial velocity means the final velocity you are going to get is after this plank u minus remaining velocity. No, this much is lost, this much remaining is initial minus that remaining. Now what they are going to tell is, it is not like this, 1 by n of its, 1 by nth of the initial value, it is next what happens, next they are going to say that okay, its velocity is going to be reduced, velocity is going to reduce, that is 1 by n. Okay, the velocity reduces to 1 by n of its initial velocity, going to reduces to, velocity is reduces to 1 by n. 1 by nth of the initial velocity reduces means remaining is this much. So here it is reduces 1 by n of its initial velocity. Okay, 1 by n of its initial velocity means earlier what was, every Planck it loses means it will lose 1 by nth of its initial velocity, means the remaining velocity is this much. Here every Planck it travels means the velocity reduces to 1 by n of its velocity reduces to 1 by n of its initial velocity, means the next velocity, last velocity is here u by n. Now final it is going to become 0. So first case what it was, same formula, final velocity for one Planck minus initial velocity which is equal to 2ax for one Planck. Then for m Plancks, final is going to become 0, final is going to become 0, initial is u square, and the remaining is equal to 2amx, 2 and 1. Now divide this, you are going to get the equation as m is equal to n square divided by n square minus 1. N square divided by n square minus 1, n square divided by 2n minus 1. Remember, n square by 2n minus 1 means nth of its initial velocity reduces after each Planck. Here 1 by n of its initial velocity. See that one word is difference is there. That's why formula and answer also comes different. That you should know. Okay, this is what the number of Plancks required to stop that bullet. Okay, after certain number of Plancks. Okay, this is the thing. Now some other cases also there. Okay, some other cases also there. If so, here what we are going to find out is what is the distance we have traveled. Okay, what is the distance we have traveled. Okay. Hello. Okay. So next what happens, see, a bullet reduces 1 by nth of its velocity while traveling a distance x in that Planck. Okay, 1 by nth of means what, again it was initial velocity was u, after traveling this x it will reduce us to 1 by nth, means what is the remaining velocity, what is the remaining velocity, u minus u by n is the remaining velocity. Then it will travel y distance, it will travel y distance and velocity becomes 0. Then what is that distance y it has traveled? So again we have v square which is equal to v naught square plus 2ax formula, no? So first x is traveled, no? So what is the final velocity? U minus u by n whole square minus u square which is equal to 2ax. So next we are going to write down for the total distance, that is nothing but initial, final going to become 0, initial was u square, okay, is equal to, this formula is nothing but v square minus v naught square which is equal to 2ax, 2 into total distance is x plus y, isn't it? This is equation 1, this is equation 2, and a is also there, a is also there. Now what is the answer you are going to get? That is y distance is nothing but n plus 1 whole square divided by 2, n plus 1 whole square divided by 2, okay, 2n, or else it is y by x, the ratio of y by x which is equal to n plus 1 whole square divided by 2n, in this way. Now you can apply directly this to the problem and you can find out, and if you can remember this also, that is both are there, that is your choice. I hope this one, if you know, means if you are very fast, means you can solve it. Okay, like that. Now again what happens, its velocity becomes 1 by n of its initial velocity. Okay, its velocity, bullet's velocity, its velocity becomes 1 by n of its initial velocity. Its velocity becomes 1 by n of its initial velocity. 1 by n of its initial velocity while traveling x distance. How much distance it will travel further? Now 1 by n of its velocity means here it is u by n it becomes. So same thing, after y it will become 0. Now if you apply that same formula, what you are going to get? Final velocity here it is u by n whole square minus u square, which is equal to 2ax. Then this is the first one. Next case is, there is nothing from here to here, total you can write down, there is nothing but, okay, final velocity, initial velocity is this much, no, this is u by n whole square minus 0 square, which is equal to 2ay, it is going to travel total. Now you are going to get y is equal to x divided by n square minus 1. This is the another formula. So first one, what we have calculated, number of bullets required when 1 by nth of its velocity is reduces and 1 by n of its velocity is reduces. That is, two are different things. Next one, what we have calculated, if it travels x distance, it reduces to u by n of its velocity. After it travels again and becomes 0, for that y velocity it become. So what is that next? What is the distance y, like that? These are the two formulas. This you substitute and you do, you will get the formula, because in the exam or problem it is very easy. This is the general case, okay. In the problem, if you know these two things, means you can make out. Okay, this is what about the today's discussion. Okay, so thank you very much for being with this today's class. So next we are going to talk about again some of the extended, some of the topics of this class. So by saying this, thank you, I'll say thank you for being with me for in today's class. Okay, thank you very much. We are going to talk the further detailed topics in our next videos. Okay, so keep watching the videos. Thank you.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.